segment.
Yeah.
I think that Esam was commentating with Samurai Panda, so it was a double Panda
I
hour.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
I went and grabbed food.
Yeah, so they were doing some nice exhibitions, but now we actually have Rich Brown coming up, and Rich Brown coming from Southern California against Riot, Lettuce, Lechuga.
Oh, Lechuga. Rito Letos.
So that's CFL baby incarnate.
This is the god of CFL. This is like if you put all the CFL baby and like FNO baby like all into one.
It would be Riot.
That's Riot Lettuce.
It would be Riot Lettuce. So Riot will probably be busting out the Bayonetta. He does at least have like a nice sense for what it is to go against Mewtwo, having, you know, Mewtwo experience from his region, but also just in general, you know. I mean, for a while now, Mewtwo did make a huge splash back in the Pound 16
especially after Pound.
With Abadongo, but for many Mewtwo mains, they have felt a little bit of the luster wear off, and they don't feel as like the characters that, you know, hard to figure out anymore. So they've been innovating, and let's see if at least Rich Brown innovates for this match, because Riot's not just going to give it to him easy. Yeah,
very excited to see. And as you were saying, Riot does have the matchup experience. One of his good friends, Leo Hart, really good Mewtwo with sets off of M2K, Fatality. Yeah, previously South Florida.
Now CFL, so.
Well, now SFL again.
Yeah, so it's going to be difficult only because, you know, with Rich, he's going to have to be patient, and he can't fall into any of the traps that Riot lends, only because, you know, Riot is one of those Bayonettas that really plays with his food. So, very good back air strength. And a lot of the dynamics of the match are going to be determined by how Rich controls his Shadow Ball camping. Whether or not he's going to be throwing them out or at least boxing out Riot with them is going to kind of set the tone at the beginning of the match and see who gets first stock as a result. But so far, Riot's very comfortable in the air against him, and a back air sends him off to the right. I mean, Mewtwo's also doesn't have the weight in his favor.
Yeah, I feel like that's the real kicker with Mewtwo. I feel like he's a great character. He's one of those characters that you could just play and he feels kind of right, like his combos work. Well, now that after he got changed. But the one thing is he's very big and very light, making him a huge target for things like that. Difficult for him to SE out.
His hairbox, I mean, his height as well as just like his, you know, lack of very, you know, his fall speed, you know, it just makes it so that you're kind of hitting a balloon around.
Yeah, you're huge, you can't land, and you're light. Well, I mean, he could kind of land, but it's floaty.
He has great mix-ups on how to land. I mean, you do have, you know, like Confusion, I believe. It is called Confusion, right?
Yeah,
Confusion.
The other one is Disabled.
Yeah, so, you know, there's Confusion weaving in and out, and then there is his air dodge, which is probably one of his, like, crowning jewels, you know? Like, his air dodge, fair, is so good. But Riot's not letting him have it. I mean, Riot's very comfortable so far.
Yeah, he seemed very comfortable in that first game.
Yeah, I didn't really see Rich really set the tone of much, only because Riot was so busy just dragging him across the screen, really.
Okay, finally, all right, Rich Brown gets some action.
Colgate Mewtwo's online. So the Shadow Ball camping, Riot is really just circumnavigating that entirely by just going above him. And coming down on Mewtwo as Bayonetta isn't so much a bad strategy as we're seeing. I mean,
ooh.
That within taking the first hit of Nair away, but there's like 1 million hitboxes in Nair, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. Not even bats.
And Nair's funny because it's not very well designed in terms of like the hitbox placements. It's really like these 4 spheres that like kind of blink around him.
Yeah.
But it gets the job done, and it's great to like cover ledge getups like that and all the ledge options that he would have chosen in that moment. So
yeah, that move's fantastic.
Yeah, he's getting, it's just cell phone's vibrating right now.
It's an Amber Alert.
Very great. So Bayonetta gone, back into town. She's gonna play some pocket camp.
Oh snap!
Ooh, got slapped for that. Now the thing about Riot though is that there will come a point in the match potentially, depending on how things go, even though he is in the lead right now in terms of game count, if he gets tilted by Mewtwo and consequently Rich, he could start making some pretty rash decisions.
Yeah, that's kind of thing you really don't want to do against a character like Mewtwo. I feel an often underplayed aspect of the character is how well he can just camp with Shadow Ball, force you to approach, and answer your grounded approach with down tilt and your aerial approach with fair. And really you just keep spiraling out of control if you keep running in on him.
Yeah, it's not so much a vortex as much as that he's a glass cannon that really just kind of like punches you in, and then, you know, you kind of like get rapid to try to like close the gap, but he has the buttons to answer to that.
Exactly.
So we're seeing now Rich, actually a completely new Rich in this second game, because the first game was not showing this sort of control of the pace.
Uh-oh.
But again, he's so big and, very nice slide in, up smash. Riot answers back by getting him off stage, but Mewtwo's one of the trickier characters to really edge guard only because of his, you know, ability to weave out and also just teleport back in.
Uh-oh. I feel like Rich Brown has caught on to Riot's spot dodge habit. After like anything, he'll like run forward, shield, spot dodge, up B. And Rich is kind of, he'll just run forward, wait for the spot dodge, and just grab, or you know, or just nair or anything before Riot is getting the chance to up B.
Yeah, I also see what you're talking about, the Vaporwave team now. I totally see the horizon. it's a very cute overlay. I'll just be honest.
It's a neat look. It's a neat look.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to Town and City. So that concerns me only because of up throw. So we're gonna see if at least Riot can counteract that with his own little bit of shenanigans by taking him up the top, as we're gonna see here in a second. But 0 to death isn't gonna happen at least now, not yet. So he did take that last game with fair, and Mewtwo's fair is probably one of the more disgusting moves in the game.
Oh, it's so good.
It's quick, it's lethal, and it's safe. So,
and at low percents it combos into itself. High percents it kills you.
Why not? Alright, so Riot does seem at least a little bit more prudent in his approaches. He knows that Rich is going to answer with Nair out of shield, or at least very good, canceling out the Nair hitboxes with up tilt, potentially taking him off the top, and he, great SDI by Rich Brown, going down on that.
Oh, it looks like he SDI'd out of the Nair.
Nair to Nair. So Riot's game plan will have to adjust to account for Nair, because it has been taking a lot of percentage from him and really stuffing some of his approaches. So
that move is a tilter.
It really is. You stay in it the whole time. You don't forget that you're in it while you're in it.
Where am I again? Oh, yeah. All right, so really good catch from Rich Brown. And
he's in control now.
We've seen some excellent adaptation coming from game one.
So that raw F smash, we're starting to see now potentially Riot start to lose his cool, which, you know, in situations like this, that plays into the advantage for Rich. He can calculate, you know, what's needed to kind of like close out the mistakes, and he actually drifted back from that. That was very great spacing on Rich's part. Shadow Ball camping. All right.
The damage is racking up for Rich right now. If you're Riot, you want to end things as soon as possible. You really don't want to hit 90.
Is online. We're going to see it potentially come out now. All right, so he knows that he wants to jump. Oh, man, that must be such a downer getting caught in that.
Oh, I really like that. Running off the ledge, side B.
All right, clipped his jump with guns, but it doesn't matter. He was able to teleport back, and now this is the interesting part, which doesn't combo into itself and sends the opponent flying way too far to really make any answers on that.
Oh, finally gets that back air. 99% on Riot's Bayonetta. But we've all seen what this character can do. Definitely not out by any means.
Yeah, Bat Within affords him a second chance at trying to close this out, but fair is definitely always going to be in the back of Riot's mind, as well as Shadow Ball. And we're seeing the likes of Sue, Frostbite 2017 here, holding on to that.
Oh my goodness. Does have a lot of lag, but fortunately for him, Rich not getting there.
Great SDI, Rich's part again, drifting down and then stuffing
Wow,
her.
what a great up smash.
Yeah,
Huge
opening up the
catch.
Galaxy there for a sec. I mean, that's one of the strongest moves that he has, and it's just like, it's a catch-all, literally a catch-all.
It even has like a built-in Dacus. Really great move.
Yeah. They should
wanted to
mod
do it.
that to be like a spinning pizza. Same thing. You're just like,
Yes.
order up, and he's gone.
Yes,
So
Pizza Mewtwo. I realize now that the circumstances of one's sauce
doesn't determine one's topping. All right, so we're here now in game 4.
Oh my God!
That's not Sheep, that's Mewtwo. So we just saw
That
the
is-
first 10 seconds of Fair String actually carry Riot off to the side and close out his first stock, and Rich has only got 15% to show.
That is potentially the
That's
worst
Tilter.
way to end your tournament point.
That's Tilter. That's a Tilter right there. All right, so having to recompose himself after that, that's one of the, you know, when you're talking about like trying to keep your composure and coming back from those things, the better players are able to recover from something like that, and I think that Riot can at least prove himself in that regard, because being fair in the first 13 seconds, that's a lot to handle. I mean, I don't want to make that fun, but like it is a lot to handle.
No, it's more than most people can come back from.
Exactly. You know,
He will need a miracle.
Yeah, and also getting hit by Shadow Ball, you know, now you're not confident in your own spacing and you're watching out for projectiles. So Rich is definitely in Riot's head. He isn't able to close out stocks confidently only because he's needing to actually, you know, almost recalibrate in a sense. He needs to get his footing back and take the first stock, but he's already sitting at 104. Wow, the braveness from Rich Brown.
This is just such a scary situation. Can't even get grabbed at this point anymore.
Ooh. That's an up throw, and that'll be game.
Okay. Rich Brown with the 3-0 adaptation after losing that first game. That is really what makes him such a good player.
And that's incredible. Like, the first game, I really saw, like, Rich Brown in trouble in most instances. But after just, you know, just reformatting, he's just, that was it. I mean, he was just set to take the rest of it. And we saw, like, such confident plays on his part. I mean, that was really great on Rich's part. But, okay. So, you know, Riot, great stuff. He will be going home after that, but home is CFL, so not too far. We are going to move on to winners quarters now, so we're going to see some pretty hot action here.
Yeah.